motion math.
Tug along with the Sunday crew. Geeking out is what we do. Giggle on, it's gonna be great. Don't be late, let's celebrate. Science fiction on a screen so bright. Old classics and the new delights. The unapologetic geek will lead the way with facts and fun to fill your day. Discussing every detail, every frame, from the eerie to the loud and the same. Giggle along with all that's great. Those Sunday vibes you can't debate. Tug along with the Sunday crew. Geeking out is what we do. Giggle on, it's gonna be great. Don't be late, let's celebrate.
Hi.
Hi.
Tracy's here. She wasn't here in the pre. Good to see you.
No, I just got out of the shower. Had to run an errand this morning.
Greetings from South Carolina.
Hey, South Carolina.
Greetings from sunny Florida.
Happening with the Xavier.
Back at you. You're like
Okay.
top, and I'm like mid top.
Before we really get started, I'm sorry I have to do this, Damien. But USA, we beat the Canadians at
Oh, God.
hockey in the Olympics. It's the first time we've won gold since 1980. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, this year.
got to gloat while I can. You know,
Oh, God.
another 4 years, you'll get it again. But
Yeah.
And the last time
I'm sure.
I watched the Olympics was before 1980.
I only care about the hockey, really. I used
Yeah.
to really love the figure skating when I was a kid because I once saw Katarina Witt's like blouse cut open. I was addicted to figure skating for years.
Yeah, I
That'll do
wonder
it.
why.
That'll do
Because
it.
he was looking at the crazy eight that goes
Yeah, yeah.
around and around.
I had a bizarre crush on Christy Yamaguchi for.
Oh yeah, she's
to the
cute.
day,
I can see it.
really.
Yeah. So anyway, we are going to continue our discussion of stop motion animation that is not Harryhausen. If you missed last week, that's fine. We will. It's the same topic, and we'll probably repeat ourselves, which is fine. But I do have a very long list, so it's unlikely that I will repeat myself.
Oh, you guys beat me hands down.
It's fine. So yes, Tracy's joining us this week. Ooh. Let me say hi to people in the chat. We got Just Carowin. Greetings. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good day.
Yeah, good day. Guten Tag.
Hey.
Gary Carpenter is back.
Gary.
And for now, that's all that's in the chat.
Mm.
I see there's 5 people watching, but I'll try to say hi as people come in, as always. I don't know why I say that, because the people I'm apologizing to haven't shown up yet. So
Cute.
Get off
It's
your
a
butts and
real
get in the chat.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, yell back. If you can't hear the sound of my
Yell
voice,
back.
why am I yelling?
yeah, exactly.
Mercy.
Okay. Well, who wants to start?
I'll
Thrash,
start.
you want to start? You can start.
Or Thrash can start. Yeah, okay.
Here, I'll
let's-
move you over here.
What are we talking about? No, I'm kidding. Damien brought up an absolutely outstanding point, which actually leans in
Oh, okay.
to something that I actually wanted to talk about. And this is, and I think for the purposes of style, it does count. The idea when people don't actually do stop motion animation, they actually use a computer imagery to make it look like stop motion animation. And while some people might say that's cheating, again, stop motion isn't just an art form. It's a style. So it makes something look in that form. It's like poster art. You know, poster art isn't actually painting, but the style of posters can vary wildly.
Thank you, Saul Bass.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I said thank you, Saul Bass. That's all.
Very, very famous.
The most famous poster art guy.
I thought it was Frazetta.
Yeah.
And my dad's boss, Maurice Binder from the 007 man.
Yeah, Maurice
franchise.
Bender. Absolutely.
My dad's bossy.
They were
We're gonna
friends.
return
Yeah. They knew everybody.
to But I'm going to actually talk about not just a example, but an actual period. For those of you old enough to remember, the early mid 90s were literally a renaissance of animation in all form. It was almost like a rediscovered lost art, and it was absolutely an amazing period. And I remember, as a person who was into pop culture and into stop motion animation, at one point I wanted to be a stop motion artist.
Wow.
I wanted to be a mastodon hunter too. About as topical.
Either way.
Because of the computer animation. There's just it was like the story of John Henry. All right, yeah, he won on that day. He also died doing it. Stop motion animation is just too time consuming and too expensive to be practical. When it can be done cheaper, although let's face facts, not nearly as well, but can be done cheaper by computer graphics. But if it's still entertaining, there you go. So, but that leads me into my first pick, and it's a TV pick this time, and it was a showcase of various animation styles. It was a quasi kid / college student.
I know where we're going. I finally figured it out.
Kablam! Kablam was one of the most innovative.
Loved Kablam.
Of the my roommate and I used to get up to watch it, nursing our hangovers. It was just so amazing, and the stop motion animation. I'll come in again. Stop motion animation ranged from absolutely amazing to deliberately hokey, but it was just a wonderful, wonderful show. And yes, personal favorite, Action League Now. I can still quote Action League Now. But again, no wrong answers. And the funny thing about Action League Now is that they interspersed it with the really hokey stop motion. There was always like a small segment of really amazing stop motion if you watched for it. There's one where there's an alien invasion whose flying saucers look like walks. And the aliens are like really good. But anyway, that is my pick for first.
Good
that's
pick.
not
Last
the
from the
one-
past.
That's not the one that had that little Mr. Bill thing that was always getting squished, was it?
That was Saturday Night Live.
They may have, as an homage, as a tip of the hat, they may have had one or two Mr. Bills. I don't think so. But yeah, Mr. Bill was definitely from Saturday Night Live. But he made a couple of comebacks over the decades.
Anyway, a couple of new people in the chat to say hi to. Indy, as always, here to fact check us in real time. Slasher Fred, already offering up a fact check. Kablam was on Nickelodeon.
Uh-huh.
And Snarky Boopy Snarky.
Snarky. Hey, girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah, Kablam. I was probably too young to be watching it when I was watching Kablam because I'm like a decade younger than you. Sorry.
I do not think I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever seen this Kablam. Because when you said that, the first thing that popped into my mind was a genie movie with Sinbad.
That's Kazam.
Kazam, whatever. Who cares? Close enough.
Anyway,
I've never seen Kablam either.
Really?
I looked at some pictures. That looks pretty neat. Yeah,
it was always different. Like every time I watched it, it was something new, and that's one of the things that was so great about it. You had a lot of TV like that back then. Nowadays, it's like you've got Adult Swim. That's pretty much it. That's all that's left. But back then, you had a lot. You had on MTV, you had Liquid Television, and you had Kablam on Nickelodeon, and it was a
Robot
great
Chicken
time.
was one. But
Robot Chicken.
Yeah, Robot Chicken. Yeah.
That came later.
But I'm staying.
Yeah, we're just talking over the years. Yeah, but I really feel like the '90s was peak, like you were saying, or like the early '90s when computer graphics were really taking off. You had a lot of really fun new ways to do animation, and it was like the testing ground. It was great. So, Good choice, Thrash. That was
Mhm.
it was not on my list because I haven't thought of it in like 30 years.
Just before this rolls over it, did you watch it in first run? Again, you probably would have been like 11 or 12.
Yeah, I watched it when it was first on because I was addicted to Nickelodeon. You know, you can't do that on television. All like Double Dare, my brother was on Double Dare, in fact.
Oh well. Well, you were in Florida.
Yeah. I was in Florida. I was in Orlando.
What year did Kabam start on Nickelodeon?
98 to 2000, I believe, was the time frame. I believe.
Yeah, most of my kids were a little bit past the Nickelodeon era by then. I probably didn't watch much Nickelodeon.
I think I stopped briefly watching Nickelodeon after college, but that was brief because then I had a son and then I watched SpongeBob. So
No, that was the year I got Cinemax, so I probably didn't watch much of that.
Yeah, both of those channels, you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because of the wind today, am I? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I know for Florida, it's cold here.
96. I'm sorry, 96. Yeah, because it was 4 seasons. The 4 seasons.
Yeah, I was thinking it must have been a little bit earlier than that because I remember watching when I was in high school. When I graduated high school in 96, but I also went to community college for a year and that kind of like blurs into my memory. So like it could have been 96, 97. Yeah.
Look, I was a nanny back then, so all the kids watched pretty much everything I watched, including Doctor Who, the original series. And then, yeah, we'd watch You Can't Do It on TV, blah, blah, blah. Or when they went to sleep, it was like Nick at Night for me.
Oh, yeah, Nick at Night. That was my introduction to a lot of classic TV.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Nick at Night the precursor to TV Land?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nick at Night proved there was a market for old TV shows.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
still are.
Yeah. Okay, Damien.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna start out with Junkhead. For all those who haven't seen it, it's basically like watching a Tool video, kind of, sort of, with some very interesting imagery and phallic symbols galore in that movie. But anyway,
It's like Japanese steampunk kind of.
yeah, Japanese steampunky kind of, I'd almost call it diesel punk, which is a little bit different. But
yeah, okay.
But not too far along.
But so the premise is that humans have achieved longevity, but can no longer have children. They can't breed anymore. So they send this one dude down in like a robot suit kind of thing. I guess all humans have been reduced to just heads inside robot bodies is what I got from it, at least.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So they send this one dude down into the depths. So the world is like the humans live on top, and down below are the like evolutionary offshoots of us, kind of, sort of, I guess. Or
makes it sound like Futurama.
But there's been some very interesting evolution going on down in the depths below. Let's just put it that way. So, with some very interesting creatures that do all seem to be hairless with very pointy, sharp teeth, and sharp pointy teeth.
Sorry, couldn't help.
Yeah, some are nice, some are not so nice, and some will eat you on sight, kind of thing. So yeah, and just the whole journey of this guy who basically becomes disembodied, and then they build him a body, and then he becomes disembodied again, and somebody builds him another new body, and like the little adventure he goes on at one point to just get mushrooms, which are grown on these torsos and look like penises. But anyway, yeah. So
accurate, very accurate description.
Yes. It was it was an interesting movie to watch. I enjoyed it a lot because it was lots of really interesting imagery, and I mean the imagination behind it to come up with this whole thing was.
I just don't know, man. Yeah. I just don't think I'd be able to eat a mushroom shaped like a penis.
I was going to say something about the reverse, but no. Yeah. It's low-hanging fruit, as it were.
I'm dying.
So yeah, the main character's been sent into the depths to find some sort of creature that has a very large phallus and get his.
Oh, this is going to be a fun show today, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Get his
educational.
genetics so they can bring it back to the surface and figure out how to make people breed again, I guess. So or
hold
something
on, let me
along
go
those
get my
lines.
notepad and some
So,
pens.
Yeah.
I think that was bad.
Anyway.
What's coming?
I actually really like Junkhead.
Mhm.
For a lot
Oh,
of the
it's a
same
great movie.
reasons I like like Eraserhead or
Mhm.
something weird like that. Like it's not quite as disturbing as Eraserhead, but it does have its moments. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
I don't know. I really dig it. I think it, like you said, it's very imaginative, which is a
Mhm.
word that comes up a lot on this topic. So
I wouldn't even call it really that disturbing. There's some disturbing characters or creatures in it, but the movie itself is just it's kind of, it's very dystopian, but it's not like some of the stuff that's out there where it's just like, complete body horror type stuff. But anyway, so
I just consider it a win that I actually saw it.
Alien.
yeah.
I have not seen it, so I'm just a layman on this matter. It sounds intriguing, I must say.
Oh, it's an interesting movie. I liked it. Yeah. So it was just
it's worth
very
checking out
original.
at least once. Yeah.
Yeah, very original. Yeah, interesting ideas in there. So
Yes,
and some of the other characters that he runs into, not just like the creatures, but the other characters, like the little guys in black suits. I can't remember what their names were, but that turn out to be the hunters or whatever, and they take the drug and they get really big and really strong. It was like, oh, those guys are cool. So, and then
it's not that old either. The movie's only like what, 10 years old, maybe.
Came out in 21, I think.
Oh wow!
Dang.
No, 2017. Sorry.
Okay, so 9 years. Yeah. God, that was 9 years ago. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Time flies, especially as we get older.
Thank you,
don't
Andy.
hear about that.
Just thinking, in just a few more years, it'll be 2030. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
When I was young, I couldn't even wrap my brain around the idea that the year would start with a 2. Like, and that happened so long ago now.
Well,
But I was
that's the
young,
thing.
I thought 1999 was actually going to be the last year. That was going to be Armageddon, and it wouldn't be no 20 nothing.
Yeah, Prince promised me a really big party. So
And a really big purple rain.
I started the party and it never ended.
I
The thing
had a
that
really
bugs
big
me
party in
is that
1999.
we are more than a quarter of a way through this century. So it's not even like the century is new anymore.
I hate this perspective.
Quarter of the way through.
I miss the
And it
90s,
sucks.
man. I want to go
I
back.
hate the century. I hate everything about it. I hate everybody in it. No offense. I just
I miss the 70s and 80s.
But it's like, oh, I just hate the century. Oh,
Damien just did an unintentional plug to friend of the channel, Mike O'Connor, whose channel I Miss the 90s is great.
I miss the 90s.
I'm sorry, Damien. I was pontificating over you.
Oh, it's all good. You're good, man.
Sorry. But
Just one of those things where it's like, we sure cell phones existed and pagers and other things, but we had just got the internet and things were great and new and awesome, and then everything went downhill.
And then there was social media.
entirely.
And then there was social media.
There's an old line from an old comedy sci-fi show where, long story short, some post-apocalyptic humans want to destroy a robot because they go, robots destroyed human civilization. And she goes, no, humans destroyed human civilization. We just sort of helped it along. Like, no matter how you slice it, humans are the problem. Thank you, Douglas Adams.
Sarah, hello, Sarah.
Sarah.
Brogu, I think we all miss Prince. Even contrary Danny down there probably misses Prince.
Well, there's one Prince none of us is going to miss.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Have fun in the tower. I'm sorry.
Put him in the Tower of London.
Fine.
Make him
funny.
part of the tour.
Trivia question. Who was the last person to be incarcerated in the Tower of London? It's going to blow your socks off.
I genuinely don't know the answer to that.
Hess. When they captured Hess, they put him in the tower.
Wow,
World
really?
War II, they were still
Two
keeping
Hess.
prisoners in the Tower of London. Yes, Rudolph Hess.
Wow.
I was thinking like 1600s at the latest.
1945, they still had someone in the tower. Wowzers.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Mercy.
Okay, there's
know
one
that.
person who didn't like Prince. It's Gary Carpenter, and he didn't even say he didn't like him. He just didn't care for him, which is mild. It's okay. I can forgive that.
So I could see him not partying. It's like it's 1999.
Right.
I have to like Prince because he's one of them artists that regardless, you still play 1999 once in a while, or you still watch the video just to check the chicks out.
Indeed. I'm sorry. I knew you already knew. So when the panel said "I'll bite," you're right. I should have, for sportsmanship, I should have let you make a guess. But let's see.
We all knew you
we
knew.
all knew you knew that.
Yeah,
we all know you knew that. If I know it, you know it. It's that simple.
Indeed.
The thing I love about that song, 1999, is like how it is completely shifted meaning. Like now, Party Like 1999 is like it's a reminiscing thing. It's a nostalgia thing. That's the word I was looking for. Nostalgic. Thank you. Whereas before it was like, the future. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
You gotta wear shades.
I love that.
Yeah.
But
that song is not very optimistic, actually.
But it's better than the Leonard Cohen one, which is actually my personal favorite.
It is murder. Love that song.
Oh, it's an amazing song, and it's frighteningly accurate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Cohen was a prophet.
Yeah, he was.
In many ways.
And the rest of us are a loss.
So yes, we
That's
should
true.
let's move on, Tracy.
Moving
what
on.
you got?
Ooh, I got that screen. Okay. I'm gonna just start off with one that I should know it. I'm a Jewish girl and I'm watching Davy and Goliath.
Of course.
And Davy and Goliath was nothing but old 60s, 50s stop action made by the Lutheran Church back in Egad's time. I can't remember when, but all I know is
65 to 75.
Yeah, that's got to be way before Gumby and all the rest of them.
Actually, Gumby was first. I thought it was
really?
Smartass.
Oh, no, good. Teach me.
In fact,
that's why I'm here.
Both Davy and the sister Sally,
Yeah,
both make appearances in the last season of Gumby.
Really?
OMG! Wow.
They play different characters, but Gumby and Pokey go on a space exploration mission, and both of them have their own little planet. It's
I cannot begin to tell you people how much I hate Gumby, that walking piece of liquor.
I won't lie. I hated the toy. I thought the toy was useless. It was like, what the heck is this for?
The only time Gumby was cool was when Eddie Murphy played him on Saturday Night Live.
Exactly. Yes.
Gumby.
Oh, that's funny.
I was given a Gumby at a young age and like posed it a few different ways, played with it for 5 minutes, threw it in the toy box, and never thought about it again.
Yeah.
It's like,
Was it that
the
stupid
friggin' green thing.
Gumby? Was it the
It
one?
wasn't
that
even
could
that good.
stretch?
No, it wasn't even that stretchy. It
No,
a
that
little
was
stretchy,
Stretch. That was Stretch Armstrong. You could stretch out.
No, we had
Yeah.
to stretch
Stretch
Gumby.
Gumbies too.
I never had a Stretch Gumby. I had a
But you
regular.
know the interesting thing about those stretch Gumbies is you can squeeze it out, slap it up against the wall, and have it come down like as if it was walking down, sort of. Might be piece of overdone spaghetti.
Yeah.
We had the hard. They're kind of like a hard rubber with a metal inside them, so you could.
Yeah,
pose
that's
them.
the one I had.
Yeah. It was useless. It was worthless little
dumb.
toy. You know.
Yeah.
You
It
should have
would
had
have
you
made a
should have had
better
this-
dog toy if it didn't have the metal in it. You know, you could
Right,
just throw it to the dog and be like, "Here,
Chew on
this."
Gumby.
you should have had-
Go chew on Gumby.
You would not believe the incredible strength of the stretch Gumby. I tied his arms to the back trailer hitch on my grandpa's truck, and I tied his legs around the camper hitch because I wanted to see Gumby snap. And when Grandpa took off in the truck, Gumby didn't snap, and he was pulling the damn trailer up the goddamn street. That's the stretch Gumby.
Made out of some sort of super material.
Super
I got
Gumby.
so bad for that.
We lost Thrash. That reminds me of that
Crash.
scene in Toys where they've got like the Stretch Armstrong on like this torture rack, it's like trying to test its resilience. I love that. I think it's so funny.
I've got to see that again because there's like some of those nuances that you miss around the first.
Oh yeah,
time.
yeah. That's a movie you have to see more than once to pick up on like half of what's going on.
So that's mine. Add tribute right
Yeah,
now.
I grew up with Davy and Goliath, and I was a Lutheran, so
Well,
I used to play that. I
there's
watched
nothing
this
very much on for us kids who were in the
yeah.
faith, so to speak.
How much fun can you really have with your dreidel? Yeah.
Yeah, as much fun as Snoopy had with Charlie Brown's Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Remember
such
watching a TV show in the
classical.
morning called Mr. Bill Show?
Mr.
He had
Bill.
Mr. Green Jeans on there and everything.
I love Mr. Green Jeans.
The kangaroo guy.
Yeah, everybody's out of
I would
order.
play that Davy and Goliath
There
stuff
we
in the
go.
mornings when I was a kid.
Do you know that Hal Smith did the voice of Goliath, by the way? That's Otis the Town Drunk from
Hal
Andy
King?
Griffith.
He was also on Andy Griffith, right?
Yeah, it's Otis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is really Hal King.
Oh, Hal King?
Wow.
I thought it was Hal. I'm sorry, I said Hal Smith, but thank you. Yeah.
No, Hal Smith. Maybe you got it right. I don't know. Yeah.
Hal something or other. Open the pod bay door, Hal.
Open it up. Put thy foot in. Foot
Mixed
in thy
metaphors
mouth.
aside, but we got there in the end. But yes, yeah.
Yes.
He,
Okay.
he did a lot of voice work actually at the time, but yeah. Oh yeah, and I love Captain Kangaroo. They were talking about it. What you guys were talking
I
about
love
it
them.
dipped out and back in, but yeah.
It is Hal Smith. Indy has
Smith.
confirmed.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You
I
see,
was
if I know
confirming
it,
it.
you know it. Now, there's many things that you know that I don't, but something tells me I'll never stump you.
Me either, because
Yeah.
I figure there's always room for learning.
And Jello. And for Italian horror fans out there, there's always room for Giallo.
I like that. That's funny.
It popped in my head years ago. Even I thought that was funny, and I came up.
Hey, Nate, how's it going? Yes, I will be on an episode of his podcast that streams today.
Oh,
You know.
Wow.
Spoiled Tomatoes, where I talk about a movie I had never seen before, which is fun going on a podcast to talk about a movie you've never seen.
that actually sounds like a blast.
It actually is a fun.
Yeah,
It's really fun.
pretty
Just-
cool.
Give your opinions on something you haven't seen. I do it all the time.
Anyway, it's the Oh Boy, a Time Travel podcast. So check that out later today. Apparently 9 p.m. So tonight after Thrash.
AF after
So if
thrash.
somebody's got
After
a
Thrash.
reach, they can drop that link in the chat for people, or maybe somebody should share it out on a community post later.
Yeah, I'll put it out later. Yeah, I'll just make a community post and I'll post it in the actual comment section. Anyway, Danny, your turn.
Yeah, he saved me for last because he knew what was coming.
Oh, the Blue Beetle.
Oh, here comes Danny. It's going to be some porno from 1970 something.
Stop
Lie to
motion.
me,
I'm not
lie to
gonna
me.
talk about- I'm not bringing up Pinocchio again.
Oh,
Lie to
Jesus.
me.
No. Oh, the movie I'm going to bring up is far more disturbing than anything you all have talked about or probably will talk about. I doubt most people have seen it because the minute it come out, they were like, "Oh hell no!" Pulled it from theaters, and it created a really bad sensation, especially in California. And it's from 2003, and it's a movie called "Live Freaky, Die Freaky." Has anybody seen this?
Never.
Okay, then. I want you to put this visual in your mind of a stop motion movie that encompasses the story of Charles Manson and Helter Skelter.
Oh, God. Gotta see
Yeah,
that
And I
now.
want you to know that the living room scene, that I'm not going to go into, will stick in your mind for the rest of your life in stop motion. And I'm sad to say, I recommend nobody watches this movie.
Way ahead of you.
And it will give you nightmares and disturbing thoughts for years. But it is a incredible, vivid stop motion experience.
I
As
had to
you
look
see
up a still for a minute.
stop motion.
I thought that was Robert Smith.
coming in the
Here.
devil ball. Yeah. This
At
movie
first.
really exists, people. I swear.
It's amazing.
And none of you
Okay.
never heard of this.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
Yeah.
This
And
is
I was
brand
working
new.
at the video
This
store at the
movie
time.
freaked kids out so bad it was yanked out of theaters and people sued over it.
I would have been anything to see some of those brats get it. I mean,
It's wrong. I want to see it.
Well, I have turned you on to the most disturbing thing in stop motion existence.
I'm looking
Till
at
the till the next thing I bring up on my next turn.
I'm looking at the pictures. It doesn't look that bad.
No, that's man,
Well,
that's
still
just a
shot.
tame shot they put in the trailer.
They allow the internet to show you.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You're not going to find this. Hey, spoiler! You're not going to find this one on YouTube.
like I said, I thought it was The Cure. Robert
Oh,
Smith
hey,
and his
Graham.
buddies.
Oh, it doesn't come up as available
Yeah.
on any streaming services.
That's
Mm.
because it got banned for the horrible, horrible living room scene where. Oh, I'm not going to tell you about it, bro.
Oh,
Fun story, Tracy, about The Cure and their song "Lullaby," and you
Yeah.
know the Spider-Man
course.
is having me for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
When my son was like 6, we heard that song on the radio, or I played it on a CD or something, and he goes, "That's not Spider-Man." I'm like, "No, that's not Spider-Man."
I used to love The Cure when I was like growing up.
Yeah, me too. I still like The Cure,
Oh, I saw it.
and they're still making music amazingly enough.
I know. I just saw him tour.
Cool.
Yeah.
I also had a friend named Robert Smith, and I used to make fun of him for it. So you left your makeup at home, Rob.
The Cure is so damn old now. They need a cure.
Yeah, basically.
Come on stage on a walker.
Boys don't cry.
68
okay,
wheelchairs.
so I
68
guess-
wheelchairs. Our battle cry.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess-
up by the way, Tug.
Yeah, I guess it means it's my turn.
Yep.
And Indy gave me a lot of flack last week for not mentioning claymation, and it wasn't a deliberate omission. I have plenty of claymation on my list. It just didn't pop up. So I will start with some claymation, and I will start with the gnomes and the Gnome King from the fever dream of a movie that is Return to Oz.
Oh, God.
No, you got him.
The gnomes were like, the walls were made out of clay and like scored clay. You could tell it was clay. And the gnomes were just these like weird blobs, faces, and shadows that would come out of the walls and go and say really creepy things and just be like, go back, that kind of stuff. And as a kid, that was traumatizing along with the rest of the movie. But then you get to the actual Gnome King, and this is this giant claymation monster, like really, really intricate and well designed. And he picks up one of the characters, Pumpkinhead, and goes to eat him, and like chicken egg falls out of the pumpkin's head, and apparently chicken eggs are brutally poisonous to gnomes, and he's like,
Naturally.
I've been poisoned, and like he doesn't just immediately die and dissolve away, like his eyes glaze over and he's just like, what have you done, and then slowly like the clay just kind of like pulls back into like these little vacuoles all over, and he just disintegrates like that, and it takes a really long time, and the whole time the other gnomes are going poison, nightmare fuel, man. Total and complete nightmare fuel. So I had to bring that up. The only thing about Return to Oz that I remember fondly is Fairuza Balk, because I fell in love with Fairuza Balk when she was a little bit older than that. So, Return to Oz.
The only thing I remember about Return to Oz is some female made me sit through it. But on that subject, there's another Stephen King kind of version of Return to Oz called Tin Man, which is all different. You might want to check that out.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Return of Oz or to Oz since like the 80s. I never wanted to see it again.
Yeah,
so.
it'll give you flashbacks.
I hope I never see it again.
But yeah, you can just
I
look
hope
it
I
up on
never see it
YouTube.
again.
Look up just the gnome scene. It's Nome. There's no G.
Yeah, I've just found that out that they misspelled gnome.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think that's how it's
Return to
spelled.
Oz is one of those movies where I saw it forever ago, and for whatever reason, I have no recollection of it. And that usually doesn't happen.
You repressed it.
You've repressed it. You blocked it out.
You're
I just-
I don't never want to
You
think
know,
about that movie again.
But I don't know why, and I'm frozen again. So I don't know why of that either. I'll be right back.
There's also a much, much worse version called The Wiz.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad too.
I hate to say it's spaghery.
Yes. What was that? what was that Michael Jackson thing where he was like, he's like on a spaceship or Captain EO. Anybody remember Captain EO? Weird. Am I the only one?
I remember him turning into a werewolf or something.
Yeah, that's a thing. That happened.
That was Thriller.
It wasn't that much of a thriller.
Captain EO, right? Captain EO, Fred. Thank you. Maybe I only remember because it was in Orlando.
I
and it was
remember
like a
that.
thing at
Yeah.
Disney. Yeah. I actually met Michael Jackson at Disney.
Oh, wow.
I met him when he was doing that.
How old were you? No.
I was old enough. It's okay.
Too old for Michael Jackson.
It was in the late 90s. It was in the late 90s when he was hanging out with Macaulay Culkin. They
Oh
both
my
went to
God,
Disney
poor
together,
Macaulay.
and I met them both. Yeah.
That's when Macaulay Culkin learned how to go.
Oh no.
I don't mean to get political, but like according to current news, Michael Jackson may have, according to Macaulay Culkin, Michael Jackson basically saved him from that island we don't talk about.
Oh,
Wow.
So,
Oh shit.
I don't know if it's true or not. It's just like that's what's in the news right now.
Michael Jackson was.
But did he save him from the island to save him for himself?
Dan.
Did he not want nobody else playing with his toys?
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Oh, please.
let's
I'm
move on.
hurting.
Brad.
And
You're with us, man.
Indy, just in case you don't think I love you, my next pick actually, we talked about it last week. I asked you about it. You actually knew what I was talking about. You're going to have to remind me again because I have it stuck in my head. It's called Film Life. It's not. It's called live animation or something like that. But it was this animated short. It's partly animated. It's a science fiction short. It's about a guy who is offered a job in an animation studio. He goes there, and the old reel-to-reel videotape is basically like a large blob-like creature that sustains itself by eating people. And the thing chases him around this office house for recording live. Thank you. Until and hilarity ensues. And considering there's a very low budget, the animation is actually really good, and it's old style stop motion animation. It's very slick. Oh, and by the way, the way the monster gets its victims is it types out a fake letter and signs it W.D. O'Brien, which I found to be absolutely that's a little tip of the hat. But again, apparently it was made in like the late 70s. I saw it on HBO, I want to say like 79. But I could never find it again because I never had the exact working title. But I saw it for the first time probably since I was in middle school last week, and I want to thank you. And I do. It's on YouTube. So recorded live. If you guys get a chance, check it out. It's very, very.
It's one of those really annoyingly generic titles. It's really hard to remember or Google.
Well, I think Filmed Life is a better title, actually. But
it is. Like Filmed Life would be a lot more memorable. Yeah.
But that wasn't it. So, and indeed, thank you. I doff my cap to thee.
Well, thank you, Nate, for the collaboration. Continue your reps.
Oh, I'm glad that said reps. I thought it said something else. I can't read too good on that little screen like that.
Size doesn't matter, Dan.
Because you wear glasses.
Damien, what do you got?
Okay. So I haven't seen Live Freaky, Die Freaky, so I can't just say whether or not this is more disturbing than that. But this is probably one of the most disturbing movies I have seen in some time. It's called Mad God, and it came out in 2021. Has anybody else here seen it?
Not
No.
yet.
Oh,
But it's been recommended to me so many times.
it
I
is.
have seen bits and pieces of it.
If you can imagine the worst possible dystopian future for the human race or the world or any world, that's
Not counting AM.
Yeah, that's what this is. It is the worst possible dystopian future that could ever exist. If this ever existed, then it should all just be blown up, which they tried to do in the movie twice. But they get thwarted, of course. But it's again kind of like watching a Tool video, but like the worst possible version of one. It's absolutely disgusting and disturbing at times. But now you have to think about the mind that created this thing. It's just these visuals that, I mean, and the apparatuses that they create in this thing where things are electrocuted and excrete and other things eat it, and then it becomes extruded into something else and cooked and baked and put into another machine that then pops out these little creatures with no faces that have to do the toiling, and they get beaten by other stuff. It's one of those things that's just like, what are those machines? Rube Goldberg machines, you know?
The one, one thing leads to another.
Kind of like that, but in like the most disturbing way possible. You know, it's like got body horror going on. It's got just.
But that's gonna be
anyway.
It's still gonna be kind of hard to beat disembodied that's begging for its life in stop motion.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, that's kind of more realistic horror. This is like full on, just
according to
nightmare horror is what.
According to my very quick Google search, Phil Tippett was working on this for literally 30 years. He started in like 1990. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I thought Phil Tippett was the cop that Oswald shot.
No.
Disregard.
Anyway,
it's frozen again. God damn it!
There's like absolutely no dialogue in the movie aside from at one point there's like this baby-faced thing that speaks in baby kind of thing. You know, sounds like a baby. You know, doing baby talk, and that's all. That's the only partial dialogue in the entire movie. The rest of it's just all, you know, one thing leading to another kind of. Anyway, but it left an impression on me.
I love that description, Indy.
Like Pinhead meets Wallace. Kinda. It is definitely a vision of hell that if hell exists, this movie could be it. So now that's being said, it is visually breathtaking. It's extremely creative. It's very well done. It doesn't make you like, you're not scared, but you're just disturbed watching it the entire time. Or at least I wasn't scared. I was just like going, who could have thought? And it's more you're disturbed because it's like, who could have thought this up? You know, where did this come from in the back of somebody's mind that they would put it into this and have other people watch it? It's like, you should keep these thoughts private, probably.
True.
I believe they generally come from nightmares. Like Stephen King said, all his most disturbing ideas came from a nightmare he had, and he would incorporate that somehow into a story.
Yeah. Well, this is a nightmare. This whole movie is a nightmare. So
it's a movie of intrusive thoughts.
Yes. It's but yeah, it's I if you have problems, if you're squeamish, if you can't like deal with fluids of all kinds, then probably don't watch it. If it doesn't, that kind of stuff doesn't bother you so much, then you know it's definitely interesting from from just the whole what happens and what goes into what. And anyway,
hi Mike Silva. And yeah, actually Tracy picked Davey and Goliath. Yeah.
So, anyway, nobody else has seen it, so
there's not a whole lot we can say about it.
My problem with fluid is depends on what kind of fluid it is.
All of them.
Right, and I've got water here.
It doesn't matter what coming from which orifice, choose one. There it is. So there's also some gore and stuff happening at other times, and in fact, like a full vivisection kind of going on, or whatever,
Fun.
autopsy, really, not vivisection, but
The word vivisection just
well,
somehow terrifies me.
yeah, while the guy's still alive, kind of thing, you know.
Well, that's
but anyway, yeah.
You know, vivisection specifically refers to when you do it when they're still alive.
Yeah, well, okay,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so yes.
But yeah, anyway.
No, like I said, it's been recommended to me a lot, which I don't know what that says about me. That people think you'll love this.
Hey, Disturbo.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I love Phil Tippett, and he's come up before, and he'll come up again. But I guess we'll just move on. Tracy.
Okay. Pardon me for 1 minute.
Okay.
Just trying to put that there. Okay. Well, you know, like I was saying, the Davy and Goliath is one of the things I watched. Another thing I thought was kind of interesting was the stop animation shows with, and then they weren't necessarily made of clay or anything, but they were those pilot shows back like with the marionettes back like in the like mid 60s to late 60s, and it was like about something of Johnny and his racketeering, and all that was kind of stop motion too, yet it wasn't like clay stop motion. It was like where the filmmaker actually had one of the arms lifted up, clocked it with the with the camera, and then moved it again so it would look like it was moving in and all that through space. And his space girlfriend was like, but it was like all stop motion. I mean, I forgot the name of the show.
I was gonna say, what show was that? Because
I know the one she's talking about. I just can't remember the dang name of it.
Captain something or another.
There's a bell ringing in my head, but Captain Scarlet? That was
Could be.
marionettes.
Oh, that
Those were
was.
marionettes.
Thunderbird.
Thunderbirds are go. Yeah.
Thunderbird.
oh,
Those are marionettes. I think there was
Those are
actually a
mostly
show
marionettes.
which did use stop motion animation, and I'm
Yeah.
racking my brains.
Thunderbirds definitely used some stop motion animation in it.
Yeah, a lot of the things that like when I was doing research for this, like a lot of the ones that movies and shows that would pop up would be like mostly puppet, but occasionally a little bit of stop motion thrown in for the really like fancy
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And those are the ones I remember growing up watching.
Those were Jerry Anderson, weren't they? The same guy who did Space 1999. Help me out here.
Yeah,
could
Jerry
be.
Anderson is the one who did Thunderbird, so yeah.
We'll probably talk about those tonight because I promised Graham we're going to talk about short-lived English science fiction based on my limited knowledge on the subject.
Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons. Like I want it to be Mysterions, but it's not. There's no I in there.
Well, I knew it was something like that. I know
I just looked it up, so,
dope by
yeah.
smoke. Don't come out like that.
Yeah.
Well, Mistron is the English pronunciation of the American
Dan
word
Filming got it.
Mysterian. See, we say Mysterian, but the English
I
are,
like
are much more.
Mysterian.
Well, the Mysterian.
But at least they get it right with
Mysterio.
aluminium, which is definitely more correct than aluminum.
Hey, you remember that wrestler named Ray Mysterio?
Oh yeah, he's still around. he's a Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah, it really,
Hey,
really
Brian,
sad. And it's really, really sad that not only is he still around, but his son is a champion now wrestling, and he really.
Oh, God. You're not making me want to catch up. Actually, no. Like where I'm at, he's already a champion. So yeah.
Rey Mysterio's son, no, he's a lot
Dominic.
cooler. He hangs out with the bad guys. He's got a super hot chick girlfriend, and he does all bad things.
I find him annoying, but whatever. Anyway, this isn't a wrestling show.
Guy sounds like he's living the life.
He is, yeah. Take one look at his girlfriend.
Money for nothing, chicks are free.
Yeah.
hey,
Anyway, Dan.
It's been my experience that chicks aren't free.
I was fighting through my tongue to keep from saying that.
There's no such thing as a free lunch.
Or dinner.
Cutting my tongue again.
Well, dessert
At least
stuff
that's all you're
on
doing with
free
it.
either.
Really on me again already?
Yeah, it's on you.
I was
again.
going really slow today.
Compared to last week where we were just going boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I know. So I hit y'all with Live Freaky, Die Freaky, and nobody had ever seen it. So now I'm going to have to bring up the incredible, incredible stop motion greatness of a movie called Evil Bong. Has anybody seen Evil Bong?
Where are you coming up with this stuff,
I know.
man?
Are we like deliberately trying to pick things that we know nobody else has seen?
I think
So
he
far,
is.
all we
Yeah,
know is
for
Baby
sure.
Goliath. That's pretty much it. It's like,
Real quick, somebody
Oh
Google
wait, no, I have.
Evil Bong.
I've seen clips of this where he's like on a crossover with the Ginger Dead Man. Yeah,
Yeah,
You're dead, man.
yeah.
that's on my
sweet
list.
ginger
too.
dead man.
Evil Bong is this incredibly evil water bomb
Tony.
that when you smoke,
Bye, Tony.
the substance of marijuana in it alters your brain chemistry and brings it to life where it has magical powers and can do stuff. It's really a cool movie. You'll really enjoy it. And the stop motion animation in it is actually pretty good.
Okay,
All things considered, it's a movie about a talking bong.
Evil Bong. Yes.
American stoner
By the way,
horror
it's-
comedy film.
Right. This movie was so good it actually spawned sequels.
So
Yeah, and like I said, a
it,
crossover with the Ginger Dead Man. That's the only reason I know about it.
it conceptually based on the climax of Dark Star. You know?
Oh well, yeah, kind of.
It has Tommy Chong in it. Wow. Okay.
I was about to say.
I like how
Yes, sure.
Cheech has like tried to distance himself as much as he can from his like stoner day past, and Chong is just like totally leaned into it.
Oh yeah.
And breaking news, in case you didn't know, Cheech and Chong are back together, smoking
Yeah,
weed
I
together
did know
on
that.
stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're doing a new tour where they're getting messed up on stage and doing their old show stuff.
And
Cheech
they had a
has
falling
finally
out
given
that
him.
lasted for decades. I'm like so relieved that they were able to reconcile it. It
Yeah.
actually broke my heart when I found out they weren't speaking. I don't know why I didn't have a dog in the fight. Oh, and one of the totally unrelated. I have Indy's Supertramp reference. One, I got it. Two, the funniest thing was, this is years ago. I was working as a server in an Italian restaurant, and this girl came in singing that, and I go, "How do you know that song? It was written before you were born." And she goes, "No, it's a new song. Apparently, some hip hop artist
Yes.
used that as a riff." And she's singing like it's this like new cutting edge song. I'm like, no, that's like from 1981, you know.
Mhm.
And that just popped into my head, so I had to. I speak in stream of consciousness, as you know.
Yeah.
But again, Dan, I'm gonna have to check this movie out, but I haven't seen it again. Sorry.
I have a neighbor who I have very little in common with, but we keep trying to find common ground. And we were talking about music, and he mentioned Fast Car. And I'm like, oh yeah, the Tracy Chapman song. Who's Tracy Chapman?
Oh.
What?
No excuse for that.
Who's Tracy Chapman?
Yeah, that's a
Apparently,
quick
it's been
knowledge.
covered by some country artist, like
And
in the
it's
last
not
couple
bad.
of years. And I've heard it's not bad. Yeah, that's what I've
It's
heard.
not in the country artist defense.
Let me tell you.
It's not bad. It's pretty stand up. But one thing bugs me: if someone does a cover of a song, you really should know it's a cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel the
Yeah,
same
but
way.
no matter how crappy the cover is, it's got to be better than the freaking original because Tracy Chapman sucks.
Oh my God, Dan. Oh Jesus.
And
You're in timeout, sir.
Ban him real quick. Can you knock him off the channel.
That was for the best. That was
she babbles, man. That's just. How can anybody like Tracy Chapman? How can anybody call that stuff music?
wow.
This is
You
better than some of the rap
Philistine.
you play back up.
She
I'm
single-handedly
speechless.
brought back folk music.
Yeah.
It depends
Well,
on your opinion about folk music.
She does folk blues. She does like collabs with everybody. Tracy Chapman is a legend. She's an icon.
Mhm.
Shut up. She's one of the greatest
I mean,
musical talents in our generation.
Fast Car is one of the best songs ever made. I mean,
agree.
her
Yeah.
rendition of it is literally.
To my defense, I grew up in a
Yeah.
heavy metal culture of Judas Priest and Motley Crue and Twisted Sister, all the really good music, and we didn't really listen to crap like that when I was young.
I listen to a lot of heavy
That's
metal too,
funny.
but I also listen to friggin' Tracy Chapman and friggin' pop and all kinds of
Well,
stuff.
I bet you sit
Yeah.
around
I
listening to
want
Boy-
this written to the
I
record.
bet you sit around listening to Boy George too, but I didn't.
Ooh.
I don't nothing wrong with Boy
Oh,
George.
damn.
Oh, Boy George.
Yeah, it's Boy George.
And yes, Indy, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who got that stuck in my head when he talked about working in an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Why does it sound like the beginning of a Billy Joel song?
It is a Billy Joel song. Scenes from an Italian restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
But as there's a lot of music buffs on this panel, obviously, and we all feel very passionate on it, obviously. Sometime down the road, we should actually do this as a topic. Songs that are covers, preferably ones that are even better than the originals, and there are several.
There are.
There are,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there are several. Yep.
There are several.
I know the
You know, I
classic
got a
example I've
friend-
talked to you about Thrash is the oh God, that song
I got a
that
friend-
Susie and the Banshees covered from Iggy Pop. I can't remember.
Oh
the name
yeah,
of it.
the Passenger.
Passenger. That's the one.
I just
Yeah,
listened to that last night, and you know what cover was not better than the original? The David Hasselhoff version.
yeah. Well, that goes without saying.
You know,
Well, you know that Susie and the Banshees
You like,
did a
you
cover
like Tracy
of,
Chapman, but you're going to insult the Hoff?
Well,
Look at
you
the
know
album
that-
sales.
Your
I bet
opinion is
Hoff-
invalid,
I bet-
Mister. I don't like Tracy
bet
Chapman.
David
Shut up.
Hassel- I bet David Hasselhoff's album sold a lot more than Tracy Chapman's.
Yeah, because they like to watch a man at 5,000 parts per million.
He's
Because
really
of the
big in Germany. You
Germans.
got to give him that. Yeah, the Germans all bought his album.
so is the swastika. Now, Tracy, you were saying.
Damn, I wish I was the Jew that came up with that logo.
Hey, I'm half German and I don't like Hasselhoff, so there's that.
I'm teasing you. I'm just seeing the money aspect. Dollar, dollar, dollar.
It actually came from northern India, but
I know.
people don't know that. Yeah, but Tracy, you were saying something about Susan and the Banshees.
Oh yeah, she's saying another cover, Dear Prudence. And if you ever saw a television show called Absolutely Fabulous, she did that theme song, the original version of Something on Fire.
Wheels on Fire?
Wheels on
Really?
Fire, yeah.
Yeah.
I
That was
never knew
hers.
that. I honestly God never knew that.
So all those things have like connections after one connection after another.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Mhm.
Oh,
Let me
and,
guess,
and
Dan,
Dan,
you don't like Susie and the Banshees either.
oh, and Dan,
And I like
the David
Susan.
Hasselhoff version of The Prisoner is not that bad, but it's not as good as the Iggy Pop's version.
And
I like
think the
Iggy
Susie and the
Pop.
Banshees version's even better. So,
Yeah.
and I like
No,
Iggy
the-
Pop. I have nothing
The
against
Susie
Iggy
and the
Pop.
Banshees
Me too.
version is better. The David
It adds the
Hasselhoff
horns,
version is
yeah.
not.
Mhm.
I did have a bunch of Iggy Pop albums,
I love Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop's
Oh,
great.
here's cool.
He was also great in
Mhm.
Star Trek.
but I worked at a radio station and I got them for free.
Nice. Even better.
And he plays this absolute creep in Tank Girl. I think it was the high
That's
watermark.
right. I
I
totally forgot
love
about
Tank
that.
Girl.
I gotta watch the
Lori
movie again. It's
Petty
been so long
was
since
one
I've
of the
seen it.
best actresses. I always
Yeah.
liked her in A League of Their Own.
That's one of those movies when I put it up for my Patreon vote, it never gets a single vote.
The movie bombed at the box office, and they blamed Lori Petty because it was
It
supposed
wasn't
to
her
be
fault
somebody
at
else.
all.
No.
I forget it was supposed to be somebody else, and I forget who it was. They had to back out, so Lori Petty did it as a last minute thing. It bombed, and then they blamed her,
Yeah,
and her
totally
career
not her fault.
flatlined. It is one of the greatest Hollywood trails in history, and that's up against some pretty stiff competition.
Mhm.
So yes,
Yeah, that's
Wow,
one of the
actually,
reasons why one day I will cover it on my channel, just because the behind
And
the
I
scenes
better
stuff.
be there. As an afterthought.
Yeah.
I'm teasing.
And it's one of my wife's favorite movies. Like when we were first married,
Mhm.
she's like, "If you don't like Tank Girl, I don't know if this will work out." I'm like, "Sure, Tank Girl's fun."
I like The League of Their Own, and then I like Tank
Mhm.
Girl.
Yeah, Lori Petty is fantastic. She was in something more recently.
She was in Point Break. She was in League of Her Own, Free
I
Willy.
thought she was in like some sort of Netflix series. I think I watched.
Yeah,
a
I think
while
she was on. She
I
was in
can't
Orange is the New
remember.
Black, I think. And then
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
that's right. Oh my God, how could I have
Mhm.
forgotten that?
she's had a bit of a career comeback. She was blacklisted for years because of Tank Girl, which totally wasn't her fault.
I know that Natasha Leone was too, but I
Yeah.
love Natasha Leone. Oh, she was so funny.
I like Kate Mulgrew in Orange is the New Black. I
Oh,
like her
yeah,
more than I
she's
like her as
great.
Captain Janeway. So
The chef.
yeah.
That really
My
cool
daughter
time-
Brenda watched that show
Hey,
religiously.
Remember
so I
that
started
really
watching
cool
it.
time she was Mrs. Columbo?
I know. Oh my
Man.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Night and day.
So anyway, whose turn was it? I've totally lost track. I don't know.
Dan went last, so
Who,
Tug, you're
who
up.
did Evil Bong? Oh, Dan did.
Okay, so yeah, it's
Oh,
my,
wait, is
I'm up.
bong or evil bomb?
No, bong.
Bong, as in the kind you smoke.
Your Dark Starred reference made a lot more sense when I thought it was bomb, but no, it's bomb.
Yeah. I was going to say, thank you for playing along because you're like, what the bomb?
Okay, well, since we're not going nearly as fast as we did last week,
Ain't that the
I'll
truth?
pick one of the big ones that we haven't talked about yet, and that's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. That's
We
on
did
my
talk a
list.
little bit about Burton last week. We talked about Vincent, but Nightmare Before Christmas,
Mhm.
I fell in love with this movie instantly. It was like just the right time for me because it was like 95, 96, somewhere in there. And the love they put into this movie, like you said, stop motion animation is so time consuming and it's too expensive.
Here's a prop for you.
Hey. The only way people will make stop motion these days is out of love for the game, really. Like, you're not doing it to make money, and I don't think Nightmare Before Christmas was made to make money, even though it made a killing, especially in merchandise. But I don't think that's why it was made. Yeah, it still does. Like, you can still buy Jack Skellington costumes at the costume store,
and in fact, entire decoration sets for your house. It was a big thing like last year or the year before at Halloween. I mean, you could go into Spirit. And
Spirit
like
Halloween, they have a whole
Skellington
section that was
section.
just Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah. Which is fun. I love it. My wife hates it. My wife thinks it's too like Gary down here, too weird for her taste. She found it disturbing or something. Like she can't watch it. She can't deal with it. But me, I just think about it and I instantly get like every single song stuck in my head. Danny Elfman singing, by the way. And it's Chris Sarandon is the voice of, like, the talking voice of Jack Skellington, whereas Danny Elfman is the singing voice of Jack Skellington. I love this movie so much. It's like a modern day fairy tale as seen by Tim Burton, like a thing that Tim Burton does better than pretty much anybody else, or at least he used to. Yeah, and Tim Burton didn't direct it; it was directed by somebody else. But it's basically a Tim Burton movie.
It's his vision.
Yeah, totally.
It's one of my favorite movies for like around Halloween and
absolutely.
Halloween, Christmas, anytime in there, I'm gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great movie. Love that movie. The songs, the characters, the creativity of it all. You know, like the mad scientist opening up his head and scratching his brain. I love that. I wish I could do that sometimes.
Yeah, no kidding. I wish I could put gauze around mine so I don't have to hear the dumb stuff. You know?
That was Bill Hickey's last movie, wasn't it?
I think so.
I went to a matinee and saw that movie with children, and it was on the bill, a double feature with Frankenweenie.
Yeah, that's another one of Tim Burton's stop motion in the movies.
Kids really enjoy these movies.
Yeah, and like I said, I was the perfect age when I saw it. I was like I was either just out of high school or was just about to leave high school, so I was around there sometime. There was something else I was about to say about it, but I can't remember what it was now. I still quote this movie all the time. I like how every individual character had a different musical style. Like the Oogie Boogie Man has the New Orleans Dixie Jazz, and I really dig it. From the music geek in me loves the music, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the stop motion animation. And like I was saying before, the word imaginative is getting thrown around a lot, but I feel like this movie is so imaginative. Just little things like there's an alarm that goes off in the town, and when you actually see what it is, it's some guy cranking the tail of a cat. You know, it's like,
that's right.
I love that stuff. There's so much going on the screen. Like at any given time, you just pause and just look around, and you'll see things you didn't see before. I really love that.
And the color palette they use, that just it's like everything's either black, white, or orange. You know, it was. And they threw some green in there too, but for Oogie Boogie. But
thank you, Indy. I just couldn't remember his name off the top of my head. Henry Selick. Yes.
Henry Selick.
Good suggestion.
Okay.
I knew we had to talk about it eventually because it's such a great and famous and probably the most profitable stop motion animation movie ever made. So there you go. That was my pick. Thrash, what do you got?
Okay, I'm going to dig deep for this one because, of course, you know how much I love vintage. And I'm going to take... It's a sort of surreal, modest budget sci-fi cult film, and it's called Fiend Without a Face.
Yes.
And long story short, basically, this mad scientist dude in the for service of for duty and humanity, he tries to come up with a device that will somehow save the world. What he does is he uses it while he's asleep, and in his nightmares he envisions brain monsters, and the device creates them out of thin air, and they're disembodied brains and spinal cords with like these like antenna-like eyes.
Looks a little bit like a face hugger without, but
It looks
not with all the spider legs. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Slightly less vaginal, but yeah.
Yeah. More brainy, less vaginal. Yeah.
And they go around eating other people's brains and spinal cords, and they walk like giant inchworms. Like they bunch up, and then the brain goes forward, and then they bunch up again, and the brain goes forward. And I saw it with my uncles when I was like a little kid, and this movie scarred me. And of course, like in all horror movies of the time period, they try to board themselves up in a house, not realizing they have a fireplace. I remember being like 4 or 5 years old going, the fireplace! And of course, what happens, they come down the fireplace, and they sort of pause, and they leap. And the leap, it's funny when you're an adult. As a kid, it was scary, but it's sort of like very slow stop motion sort of lunge. And this movie freaked me out as a kid. And I have to say, since we've just been speaking about Tim Burton makes an homage to these things, and at least a couple different movies, in Beetlejuice and
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
And other animators have used them as well. If you look really closely in the background, if you see a brain moving around like an inchworm, that's a nod to this movie. And it's and again, it is actually a fun, scary movie. There is a young scream queen in it whose name eludes me for the moment, but she is really hot. And again, this movie is just so much fun. And to save money in the beginning, they're acorporeal. They're invisible. You can't see them. And I'm like, oh, wow, invisible monsters. Yeah, it really saves on production costs. But they do a few slick things, like they spill paint and you see their little movements on the paint. One tears through a screen door in slow motion. It's actually really slick. I can't recommend this movie enough.
I remember seeing it on Shock Theater when I was a kid, and the woman you're thinking of was Kim Parker.
Was it?
Kim Parker, yeah, it's on the Wikipedia page. I was just about to say that.
Cool, thank you.
I remember this movie. I haven't seen it in years, but this is one of those like late 50s British horror schlocky. It's like part schlocky, but part actually like really intelligent and creepy. Which I feel like a lot of British movies of that time period did better than Americans did, because Americans it was either 100% schlock or it was 100% serious and kind of boring. And there was very little in between. Whereas the British were able to like dance on that line, which I always thought was fun. And Fiend Without a Face is a perfect example.
Yeah.
There's another movie that reminds me of this one where it's a bunch of people trapped on an island with these fat brain things with tentacles.
That one I can't place that.
Yeah. Seems like Christopher Lee was in it.
Yes, that's Island of Terror, I think.
Something like that.
And they look like reverse Manta. They were like the Manta ships in War of the Worlds. They were big, they look like a ray fish, and they had like a singular ocular eye which would like reach out and grab you and go, and they suck your bone marrow out.
Oh, that would be painful. Very painful.
And yes, similar.
I'm just not sure if they used stop motion in that movie. It seemed like it was more like fluffed up puppets.
But anyway, yeah.
Yes.
Lost my train of thought. Damien, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with because we're running out of time. I'm gonna go with Coraline, if that hasn't been brought up yet.
Nope, that has not been brought up yet.
That was cute.
Because I've seen it about 10 million times. It is my oldest daughter's like second favorite movie. It gets watched at least 3 or 4 times around Halloween. There's just no getting away from it. And it's like anytime we're like sitting there and I'm like, hey, you want to watch a movie? And she's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, I don't know what I want to watch. Why don't you pick? It's Coraline. Like it's almost always going to be Coraline to to the point
How
where I'm
old
just
is
like,
she?
I'm not going to let her pick anymore.
How old
Seemed-
was she? Or how old is she now?
She's 14 now. She'll be 15
Aw.
in a week or so. But
Oh, that's gonna give her good
she
memories.
still loves that movie. So
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, that's sweet.
yeah. But it's a fun, stop motion
mhm.
movie with some interesting little concepts of the other mother and
The eye thing. Really
the eye
creepy,
thing
you know?
yeah, that's the disturbing part of the whole thing is the buttons for
The button
eyes
eyes, yeah.
and I've got to sew your buttons in. It's like
Aw,
no. You don't
that
get to
still
sew
sounds
buttons over my eyes.
adorable. That's
And the
I've only
cat-
seen it the once, but
Oh, the cat.
Yeah.
Who's the actor that played the cat? Or played the cat's voice? I can't remember. Keith David. He's just the perfect voice for the cat.
Keith
in that
David.
Not to be
Yeah.
confused with David Keith.
there we go
Yeah.
again.
right?
But yeah.
Hey, Keith David finally got his star, by the way, last week.
Oh, no
Great.
kidding.
Yeah, he did. He got a star on the Walk of Fame.
Wow.
About damn time.
I wonder if Kathy
Yeah.
Carver was around to see that.
Huh?
Not to be confused with Carvey Cather.
Catheter. Or Carly's catheter.
Mhm.
Oh, no,
That's
never again, never again.
nope. Mm.
Was it wide free? Forget it.
Yeah, right.
Nope, I don't care. Forget it.
I just happen to think of Pat McCormick, and then he's friends with Kathy Garver,
Yes.
and Kathy Garver was Brian Keith's niece. Wasn't it?
Right.
That's a different Keith, though.
Oh, am I? Too many of them.
There are too many Keiths. Too many. That's a new sitcom. Too many Keiths.
No, not Tracy. No. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Sometimes, though, you can be led astray, and me,
How many
many. a
How
time.
many keys
It's
are in
okay,
your
we all
closet?
do it. Like Thrash was making a joke about evil bombs. So, and it didn't make any sense.
And you people all smiled and nodded. I want to thank you very much for playing along.
Hey,
Yes,
that's
Thrash.
fine.
Of course it's like that. Yes.
It's funny because it's true.
You think I don't notice?
We were trying not to embarrass
We're all
you.
on video here. People can see us.
Yeah, right.
You guys laugh. I had an attitude when you do that to your face. It's like something out of like Family Guy. It's like, yes, Robbie, of course you're right. Like, I can see you, right? I'm standing right here. We had
Anyway,
Yeah.
I haven't seen Coraline. I only saw it the once when it was in theaters. Like that's how long ago it was, and all I really remember is the eyes because it creeped me out.
Yeah. And then there's other cool characters in there, like the acrobat dude that lives upstairs and eats turnips or whatever, and has mice or rats as pets that he's training. Anyway, and then the old actresses that live downstairs in the basement that have the dogs, a whole bunch of dead ones stuffed up on the mantelpiece.
no.
They got like 3 or 4 dogs that are alive and a whole row of dead ones stuffed with little wings on them and stuff. It's just interesting characters in the whole thing. And so some of in the I guess the other universe, almost like the Upside Down, but not really. The actual mother and father are just so different and weird over there, but like the father's like just super nice and fun and does weird stuff, whereas in the real world he's just like a drag the whole time. Yeah. Anyway, the interesting movie, cute. I've seen it a million times. Yeah, blah, blah,
It's
blah.
one of those movies that leans into the capgrass delusion, if you know what that is, where like people you see the same people, but you think they're people that aren't the same. Like you think they're different people, like Body Snatchers kind of thing.
Yeah,
I feel like Coraline does that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that more recent Peel movie, Us, that does it too. Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen us. But
It's all right. I still don't think he's quite beaten Get Out, but he'll get there.
Get Out.
Get Out is just like
Get Out's great.
I think that is his high watermark I agree with you. I do agree with you. Oh, and Kevin, I didn't see all of Zathura, but I don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
Good
stop
movie.
motion.
I don't think there's stop motion in it either. I like it.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think it is.
It's
I
more
was
of a
watching it on
sci-fi
TV and
Jumanji.
Yeah, I was watching it on TV and I was kind of in and out, so I didn't get to see the whole thing. But based on the 3/4 that I saw, there's no stop motion.
Directed by Jon Favreau, I believe. Gutter himself.
Wow.
Okay, so Tracy, I guess it means your turn.
Okay, let me think. Well, there, of course, like you're saying with Wallace and Gromit being pretty cool, he did the same writers did a version of a Doctor Who and a Daleks stop motion that was shown on the BBC back, like, God, years and years and years ago. And it was the cutest thing ever. Like, little, like, you could tell it was like Play-Doh or something. Daleks moving, and you could see like the buttons on them and all this stuff going gyrating. And then you see the Cybermen, reacting with them. And I don't think it was for a necessary stated television show per se, but was just a little homage to them. And I thought it was great. And I wish I could have remembered the producer's name on that one, but it was just adorable. And you could tell it was all stop motion. You could tell none of it was CGI because that would have made it look too real.
That sounds amazing. Was that done for Comic Relief?
I think it was done for some sort of something. I mean, like whether it was shopping down Kensington or something. It was in relation to something that was going on in England at the time. And
well, Comic Relief is like an annual thing the BBC does where it's a fundraiser event.
Yeah, they do here too. Yeah.
And they love throwing Doctor Who's on there. One of the best ones they ever did was Rowan Atkinson as Doctor Who in The Curse of the Fatal Death.
Oh, wow.
With Jonathan Pryce, and his Scream Queen assistant was the daughter and Absolutely Fabulous, whose name eludes me for the moment.
Oh, the one who played. Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And it was one of the most. A lot of times, a parody has to be done with love to be funny, and you could tell the people who made it love Doctor Who because it was an excellent parody.
Well, I liked when I saw God, what's his name? I saw the guy who played Mr. Bean, Atkinson himself.
Rowan.
He actually did an homage to in his own show, Mr. Bean, for one Christmas where he was like playing in the window of Harrods.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden everybody started getting like things get thrown into the only thing you could do is just laugh.
And it looks like a kid playing in a toy box. It's like a dinosaur comes out, and and then the band goes back to da 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 da.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, shh.
That was so cute. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, I just remember little small dicey things that have come up like that.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's mine. I didn't know the obscure.
Well, I mean, like, if like some of the same people who did Wallace and Gromit were involved, I'm sure it was great because Nick Park, Aardman Animations is all over my list. I love Wallace and Gromit. I love Chicken Run. I even love Shaun the Sheep. I think Shaun the Sheep is genius.
Well, you really know that the third Dr. John Pertwee was in an episode of Wallace and Gromit, or did episodes about Wallace and Gromit.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Wow. I didn't know that.
Look it up.
I believe I didn't know it. His son just died recently.
I know. He was young. He wasn't that much older than me.
We are, yeah.
I forgot. I feel like I'm more old than you are, kid.
I think I'm like what, 8 months older than you are?
No, I'm older than you. 3 months.
I'll take your word for it.
June, you're August.
Oh, so you're 2 months. Oh, you're only 2 months older than me.
Y'all all look like kids to me, boy.
Yeah, well, you ain't nothing either. Just a buck or two older than we are.
Anyway, Danny, what do you got?
Dan, you're up.
man, it's gonna be the last one too, right?
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
I really had a couple more I wanted to get to. That's
We'll
sad.
talk about our
But I'm
honorable
gonna give
mentions.
an
Don't worry
honorable
about it.
mention.
Yeah.
Before I do the one I want to do, let me throw an honorable mention out for Sarah, who wouldn't be happy if I didn't mention Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan with the little ear thing.
Oh yeah, that was stop motion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good call.
There, and that's for Sarah because I knew if she was here, she'd have brought that up. But mine is the most horrific stop motion creature ever invented. It's called the Ebersisk. Does anybody know what an Ebersisk is?
I wouldn't even know how to spell that.
It's because the movie director really couldn't stand Siskel and Ebert, so he named
Wow,
he named this monster the Ebert Sisk.
Ah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And just to make it even better, it's a two-headed troll that lives under bridges, and it's from the movie called Willow.
I'm gonna have to see that now
right,
because
Willow.
Ah.
Yeah,
Now
Ebert
you've
were
got a
from
new
Chicago.
little short you can do about the Ebersisk.
yeah. I'm gonna write that down right now. Talk
Yeah.
amongst yourselves.
That's cool.
But it
Hi,
is one of my-
selves.
it is one of my favorite stop motion creatures of all time. I
So
love the movie.
that's
Willow.
why it had two heads.
I love the
Well,
movie
you know,
Willow
they worked for-
anyway, but
Two heads on the same beast.
They were
it's,
the
you know,
movie,
Ebersisk.
They were the movie readers for both our newspapers in Chicago, Tribune
Chicago,
and the
yeah.
and the Sun Times.
I
Those
used
are
to
big
watch them. I
newspapers.
used to watch them and cuss them because I hated them so much because they never liked the movies I like.
I mean, they hate horror movies. Pretty much, is what they did back
But
then.
it seems
in
like
the 80s.
nobody liked the horror movies, which is pretty stupid.
But the only
Some
reason I
of them were
watched
really
the show
good.
was to see the clips from the upcoming movies to decide whether I wanted to see them. I could care less what them two goose thought.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, the thing too is they never thought they'd see like a comedy ever win one, and I think that one I'm referring to is Tootsie. It's like never thought that they would see a comedy, or a movie become an Oscar-winning movie.
I didn't agree with him all the time, but I did respect
No.
Ebert.
Yeah.
The one that I almost never agreed with was Siskel. So-
Yeah. Nobody ever agreed with Siskel. That's basically that was his forte.
That was on Animaniacs or something. That was actually they made that a joke. I can't even remember the context, but they're giving one of them a quiz. Which of the Siskel and Ebert are always right? Siskel or Ebert? Siskel. Nope, Ebert.
Cute.
I can't remember whether it was the writer or the director of that movie Willow, but one of them named this two-headed troll the Ebersisk because he had such
It's funny.
disdain.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was the director, Ron Howard.
I was going to
Mhm.
say, I was going to guess Ron Howard.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Didn't he
There's
write
a lot
two?
of feuds.
anybody who did, I don't remember.
I
I'd
think
have
he
to look
wrote
it up.
and directed it, and
Yeah.
it shows.
Movie's
Not a
not
good
that
thing or a
bad.
bad
Watch
thing
the
when-
TV show that you can't watch anymore, and that's bad.
I watch no
wasn't-
TV anymore, hardly.
Willow wasn't bad. It just was one of the least inspired high fantasy I have ever seen. It's like, oh my god, hey, wait. What if there was an evil kingdom that tried to take over all the other kingdoms, and it was ruled by an evil queen, and she had an evil son? No, wait, an evil daughter. Yes, and this swashbuckling prince helps this band of big people. No, wait, little people try to get revenge. And hey, wait a second. What if the swashbuckling good guy falls in love with the princess? It's like, oh dear God.
It's like, oh,
It is a very it's a painfully generic fantasy movie. I will
Yeah.
give you that. But I really like Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer is awesome. So
Yeah, he was good in that.
Oh,
movie.
everyone in it is good. It was written by a bored 13-year-olds on
yeah,
honor roll.
I totally get that. I mean, if you want a good high fantasy 80s movie, you should stick
Anything
around.
else?
After the show, in like half an hour, I've got a review of Lady Hawk dropping. So
Mm,
that's
cool.
a good high fantasy movie, even though it has Matthew Broderick in it.
It's
Trash.
Ebersisk. It's got the Ebersisk, man.
I don't hate Willow. I grew up with it, but I can see exactly what thrash means.
Sorry if I'm bashing on it.
No, you're allowed to bash things I like, unless it's Tracy Chapman.
So take your fast car and keep on
No
driving.
driving.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
And
the
don't
only
look
thing-
back because only
No,
my
the only
first name is
thing-
Tracy.
The only thing that could make the movie Willow better was if the Ebersis jumped up out of the moat and ate Tracy Chapman.
Oh God! Make it sound like a was that the gorilla movie?
Were there any black people at all in Willow?
Not sure.
I don't remember.
I don't think there was a one. To be honest with
I
you,
think there were some black little people in the village.
maybe.
Maybe.
But you're grabbing at straws.
Yeah.
Dare you call them token?
Oh God!
So I'm gonna go
J.R.R.
ahead.
Token.
You better hope
J.R.R.
that
token.
Shane's not
Yes.
watching any of you.
He's just started his own stream, the traitor.
Yeah, he calls himself the angry black man.
Why?
Search me. I didn't know he was black.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. I didn't know he's. I know what you mean.
Never noticed.
I'm gonna go ahead and list out my my honorable mentions. I got to pull the window back up again because I wrote down the Ebersisk on a different list. I've got a lot, so I'm gonna go through it really fast. One type of animation we didn't talk about is where you take a flat two-dimensional drawing or image and like cut it out of cardboard and you put it on a background, like South Park, like the original South Park. This was pioneered by Monty Python. And you can see it in movies like this one, Fantastic Planet. And I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's a really cool style of animation, and it is stop motion. Howard the Duck is on my my thumbnail. The Dark Overlord of the Universe at the end was designed by Phil Tippett, and is one of my favorite things about the movie. Wallace and Gromit, we talked about that. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I think we talked about it in the green room. I don't think we actually talked about it on the show.
Got another lie, Pinocchio.
Not that Pinocchio.
That's scary.
The spider in Krull. I really love that spider. Of course, the Terminator.
Oh yeah, that's
Obviously.
right. Yeah.
Really used the jerkiness of stop motion to its advantage. Very well done. Batteries Not Included. One of my favorites.
That was, I guess it was.
Those things, those little robots are stop motion.
Yeah,
believe it or
I
not.
didn't even think about that one. Yeah.
RoboCop Ed 209.
Yep.
Beetlejuice, we talked about that a little bit. Gremlins, some stop motion in it that was pretty good. The gargoyle gremlin. Kubo and the Two Strings, one of the best, more recent live stop motion. And last but not least, The Gate with the little demons.
Yeah. Forgot about that one too.
Cute.
So yeah, that was my full list. I had a lot. I really thought we were going to burn through it a lot faster. But no complaints. We had a great time.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
we did.
Thresh, your honorable mentions.
Thank you. Mentioned in the chat earlier, so I wanted to circle back to it, was James of the Giant Peach, of
Yep,
course. I think we mentioned it in passing, but that's still on my list.
Oh wow, Indy, you caught me. Sorry, I have to interrupt. The Zanty Misfits should have been on my list. Yes.
Oh yes, of course, of
You're
course.
absolutely right, Indy.
I tended to avoid television, but it should have been on the list.
Yeah.
Chicken Run, of course.
Yep.
I love old war movies, and it's a claymation based on an old war movie. How can you not love? Also mentioned in the chat earlier. This one I only heard of in my research, and I'm wondering if anybody ever heard of it. Jackboots on Whitehall, and it's a claymation short about if the Germans had won the war and a resistance uprising in England kicks them out. Planet of Dinosaurs by Jim Danforth, and Jack the Giant Killer also by Jim Danforth.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it.
Good. Those are good ones. Except for the one I'd never heard of.
I think you
There's
guys
only
got
one.
pretty much all of mine, other than a couple of simulated ones. 9 was kind of simulated
Right. Yep.
stop motion, and the Lego movie is also
I
simulated.
do love the Lego movie.
Yeah. Box Trolls is not simulated. That's actual stop motion.
I just assumed that was simulated.
Oh, no, it's actually stop motion. Yeah, I looked that one up. And then, of course, there's a bunch of Christmas movies that nobody has brought up,
all
like
the
Rudolph
Christmas
the Red-Nosed
movies.
Reindeer,
Wow.
Jack Frost, Year Without Santa Claus.
I didn't even
and, of
put
course,
those on my list because I
Santa
just
Claus Coming to
assumed
Town.
somebody else would bring them up.
And, of course, we kind of said it, but Robot Chicken had a whole lot of stop motion in it. So,
Yeah.
and I love Robot Chickens. Anyway.
And I personally want to thank everybody on the panel today for avoiding all that Christmas crap.
Tracy, do you have any honorable
was
mentions
just-
you'd like to share?
Too many that are like of indie descent, so to speak.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of really cool independently filmed pieces of art too, and they're not necessarily of like a character or anything. They're just like stop motioning opening up like flowers that look like real flowers, but
Oh,
it was
yeah.
all summation, and I like all the creative artists that we've never even heard from, and there are gobs of them who will take like graphic designs and open up almost like 3D boxes and they change into like triangles, and but all that what I want to call it is experimental art is all very, very cool. And it has its own they do have its own awards for that. They have their own genre of artists for those pieces that we'll never even see, because these movie houses, they want all the big name dropping character things, and a lot of these are just small independent filmmakers who put themselves out daily, even to this day, doing it.
No, I completely
Yeah.
agree. Like the indie animation scene is always fascinating, and I love it.
So there's my pick.
That's a good honorable mention for sure.
Very good.
I did forget one. There's approximately 1.5 seconds of stop motion in King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh wow.
Just for the
Oh,
record.
yeah. I'm assuming
terrible,
King Kong was brought
but
up
it's
in
there.
the first episode, right?
Yeah, we
somebody
definitely
okay,
talked about
okay,
King
all right.
Kong. Yes,
Just
that
wanna
was
make sure.
covered.
I thought that went without saying,
Aw.
but just want to bring it up. So anyway.
Yeah, I think that was Danny's first choice.
Gotcha.
So, Danny, do you have any honorable mentions you'd like to share?
Oh boy, do I! And I done brought up the Star Trek Wrath of Khan thing, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And that was the few little seconds of the ear thing. That was pretty cool. I always thought the stop motion stuff in the Evil Dead was outstanding,
Yeah,
I can't believe we didn't
was,
talk
yeah.
about that. Yeah.
and I think we did hit on that for a minute.
We briefly mentioned it, but it wasn't like a full pick. Yeah.
Yeah, and we should have talked more about the Evil
should've.
Dead stop motion because it had a lot of Harryhausen tribute in it when he
And
did
Dark
this.
Army of Darkness had the
Yeah, Army of
skeletons.
Darkness.
you
Yeah,
know,
that was
All three of them
lovely.
had some really great.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one I enjoyed was a movie called Basket Case about the guy who had the thing on his side, and after the thing's removed from his side, he carries it around in a basket. And the stop motion animation of this thing coming out of the basket and attacking people is absolutely hideous, and hilarity ensues.
It is. It's a riot.
It's kind of funny, but in a way, it's kind of scary too. So I like that. There's a series of movies called The Primevals, which has these King Kong looking. I don't even know what you would call it. It's stop motion, but it's like a bizarre world of giant monsters.
Is that the one on the Cartoon Network?
I saw it on YouTube, so I don't really know.
Okay.
I've got Jack the Giant Killer from 1962.
Yeah.
And
He
that
mentioned that too.
movie looked so much like Harryhausen stuff. I always thought it was one of his movies till we started doing our show.
Yeah, Jim Danforth is one of the best like Harryhausen impersonators out there. Yeah.
Well, he did work with Harryhausen for a while.
He did. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I can't believe none of y'all brought that up because I thought for sure one of you guys would.
Well,
call
Trash
that one out
in his
real
honorable
quick.
mentions. So
Yes.
And the movie Dragon Slayer from
yeah.
1981.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that
Yes.
stop?
I thought
Yeah,
that
there
was
is some
there's
stop
some
motion in there. Yeah.
stuff
Okay.
the Dragon ever done.
It's better stop motion than the blue screen stuff they do in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we
And-
talk about Life of Brian last week, by the way, Graham?
I don't think we actually did because I have
thought
Monty
we had.
Python on my list. I don't remember us actually talking about it.
Good-
And we
good.
talked about what we did is we talked about Life of Brian when we were previewing the topic like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, sorry.
And,
I thought we had, but thank you.
And my last honorable mentions is a set of movies that come out around the same time in 2025, and they're relatively new, and they're Blood Dolls and The Doll Graveyard, and it's something really similar to the Puppet Master series, but it's a little different kind of doll creatures to stop motion animation. And I think you'll really enjoy that. I've seen a little bit of them, but I'm going to have to sit down and watch both of them. They're brand new. They just come out last year.
Cool.
That's all I got.
Neat. I've got quite a few movies on my list to watch now. So
No, hold on. Let me add this one more. For the worst piece of crap stop motion animated movie that ever existed, let me, as a Bigfoot guy, let me bring up Missing Link, the Bigfoot movie, as probably the worst stop motion movie ever made. Not the grossest, but the worst.
It's terrible. I concur with Danny on this one.
And once again, let me recommend that nobody watches Lil Freaky. Not Freaky.
I put it on my list. It's too late. I'm going to watch it. I'll watch it before I watch Dark Jelly.
It's going to have to be seen.
I'm talking to the poor people in the chat. Whatever you do, guys, don't watch this movie.
And the Blue Beetle.
And the Blue Beetle, yes.
Yeah.
I will say there is one honorable.
Set through the Blue Beetle than this movie. It would be a lot less dramatic on you later.
My last honorable mention goes to Peter Gabriel. Like all of his music videos. Great stop motion. Yeah.
I
just had to bring that up.
And got to throw Tool in there. A lot of
and Tool, of course. I think we've talked about Tool a little bit.
Yeah, I threw that out there a few times.
Let me say this about Peter Gabriel. I so much enjoy his videos more than his music.
And just when he thought he had you here, you know?
Sorry, one thing I have to throw out for the true sci-fi buffs out there, in the very end of Sledgehammer, there were these two things that look like dinosaurs, but with really, really gigantic eyes, and the eyes have like images in them.
Mm-hmm.
That actually, because everyone's like, gee, how odd and surreal. No, that is actually a thing from Harry Harrison wrote a franchise called the West of Eden series. It's about Dino Sapiens. If the asteroid hadn't killed all the dinosaurs, would they have evolved into higher intelligence? And that's a device they use to record images. And I remember seeing the video going, oh my God, he stole that. Who's that for? How many people have read
it was for you? Right? It was specifically for you. Little Thrash.
Messages, you know?
Little Thrash.
But I just, because again, for the true sci-fi buffs, I think me and India are the only people here who know that.
I know it now.
I think somebody who writes Star Trek stole that plot and put it in a Voyager episode.
There is an episode of Voyager, and there's also the Doctor Who has a whole species, the Silurians.
Yeah.
Same idea.
It's nothing new, but Harry Harrison, I think, thought he was going to get rich on this. I think it was going to like parlay it into like a Jurassic Park type franchise type situation, even though it predated. I think he really thought he was going to sell it, because remember, the only thing Harry Harrison ever actually sold to Hollywood was Soylent Green. You know, so
and he hated
it. And he hated their adaptation. Oh, he despised the adaptation.
But
I think he thought he was going to pitch this, but it was just too expensive. Yeah. Nobody wanted to touch the project. It's a pity because it's a great franchise. I've read all 3 books.
We can't forget about the since we were talking about music videos there, Green Jelly, 3 Little Pigs.
Oh yeah.
Animation at its finest right there.
They were awful. I hated them. Sorry.
Man, that's a really good video though, is my point. Man.
Oh, the video is great. I believe it was the same outfit that did the video for Fogerty, the John Fogerty. Zans Can't Dance, I believe. Was the same
right.
outfit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
We did talk about Land of Confusion last week.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, that was.
But that's more puppetry. There is some stop motion, but it's mostly puppetry. Anyway,
we are really running over here.
We are really over. So, Thrash, what do you got going tonight?
Hopefully, I'll be able to go live. I'm going live at 7. The theme is going to be short-lived English sci-fi shows that should have gotten a better chance, either because they didn't run along over there or because they didn't give much of a chance over here. Of course, if people want to talk about other types of shows that didn't last or American shows, that's cool too. But I promised Graham I would cover this topic, sci-fi and horror. There were some horror franchises as well. And as a very almost mind-bogglingly related topic, the trivia is actually going to be on Sesame Street.
Oh no!
I promised somebody the next time I did trivia was Sesame Street. I'm a man of my word, as you know.
Yeah, a man of your word, and about 1,000 bazillion mind-bending questions on your trivia.
No,
Did I get all wrong?
Most of them are pretty like, oh,
I'm
duh. But I promised the next time I did trivia, it has to be on Sesame Street. And I couldn't think of 10 good questions on short-lived English sci-fi horror. I've been done it to death already.
Well, I know you haven't seen it, so I got to speak up for Blake Seven. Blake Seven's a great.
Blake Seven.
That's going to come up because I feel cheated that I never got to see it.
If you'd have took time to watch that Dirk Gently stuff I sent you, you'd have a great topic to discuss.
Thank you, Dan. I'm sorry. There you go. In fact, I get a motor now because I got a lot of. There's a extinction event storm coming my way, and
well, chain up all your dinosaurs so they don't go extinct.
Yeah, definitely.
Peace.
We love you guys. Be careful to everybody.
And stick around on my channel in 20 minutes. I've got that review of Lady Hawk dropping. I will not be here next week. I will be out of town in Communicado. So we're taking a week off. And when we come back, I still have no idea what the topic is. I'll keep you guys informed. I'll make a community note about it. Until then,
I'll do a live.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Anybody else have anything going on? Damien, I know you're always busy on internet stuff.
Yeah, all the time. You know it.
Anyway, yeah, let's wrap it up. I'll hit the button now. So see ya.
Happy trails.
Bye-bye.
Thank you and good night.
Ring that stupid little bell.
Yeah, what he said. Tracy Chapman rules.